Come on ban de kien nan. Dua tren ban voiceover gok ban kong kap truok dui de lo fin ban rot gon truyon engip, du dai 1582, van fong dong yukoku lai nu emoti nu emaida sudang chia esi emoti trenium doimin, voikam sok, nipdo, vachao trio aorong. I knew something was off the second I heard that cement mixer grumbling at 6 a.m. Thought maybe someone had lost their damn mind. This was a quiet, stretched out slice of suburbia, not the kind of place where you wake up to industrial construction noise unless something's gone horribly sideways. I didn't even check the window right away, just stood there in my flannel pajama bottoms thinking, no couldn't be. But sure enough, when I walked outside, coffee in hand, still halfway dreaming, there it was, a full-blown convoy of work trucks and day-glow vests, right smack in the middle of my field. And who was orchestrating this suburban invasion? Karen Flanders. Our HOA president, neighborhood dictator, and I guess self-declared civil engineer now. She was waving a clipboard like it granted her divine authority, barking at the workers like they were building a launchpad instead of a driveway. And the kicker? That driveway cut straight through my land. Not alongside it. Not even hugging a fence line. Dead center. It looked like someone took a ruler to a city map and thought, yeah, let's run that through Rick's pasture. So I walk over calm, polite, and I ask her, Karen, care to explain why I've got a highway sprouting up through my land like it's an HGTV special? She barely looks up, jabs her pen at the clipboard and says, it's for my daughter's wedding next month. We need better access for the guest. The HOA approved it. No hesitation. No apology. Just this blind confidence that the world was hers to pave. And these guys, they didn't even slow down. One dude smoothing the edges like he's prepping for the Oscars. I should have been angry, and yeah, I was, but I was also fascinated. Like, what was our endgame here? I mean, who wakes up and decides to build a road through someone else's land for a party? I asked if she had a permit. She said she did, waving around papers that looked more like PTA newsletters than anything official. I called the sheriff. Took them 2 hours to show up, coffee in hand, blinking like they'd walked into a bad reality show. Deputy asked if I'd given permission. I said nope. He asked Karen for documents. She gave him a stack of HOA meeting notes. He shrugged. Civil matter. And by sundown, that monstrosity was finished, complete with reflective markers and a private drive sign, just in case I wasn't already furious. I paced my porch that night, watching the moonlight bounce off the fresh asphalt like it was mocking me. And while I wanted to scream, part of me was already planning. Because if Karen thought this was over, she was sorely mistaken. Next morning, she's back. This time with her husband and the full HOA entourage, posing for pictures like they'd just completed the damn Panama Canal. Sipping mimosas on my land, smiling like it was a magazine shoot. That's when I called Maria. Now, Maria's not just any lawyer. She's still wrapped in cashmere. She once negotiated a dog custody case that made national news. When I told her the story, she laughed so hard she snorted, then got deadly quiet. Did she actually file a permit? No. Then you've got her. And so it began. Within days, the rumors spread. Karen told anyone who'd listen that I was being difficult, that I'd promised her access. She framed the driveway as a community improvement. And people. Some believed her. Others didn't care. One neighbor even asked if they could use it to shortcut to the main road. So I did the only thing I could. I fought back with boundaries. Hired a surveyor, flagged every inch of my land, and by Friday, I had a brand new gate with a fat padlock and a bright sign that said, private property. No through access. Next morning, Karen's SUV is nose up against the gate, husband pacing, snapping photos like we're about to be on the 6 o'clock news. She calls the sheriff again. Same guy shows up. You build this gate? Yep. On your land? Yep. Shrug. Civil issue. Karen went nuclear. You're obstructing our community driveway. I smiled. On my title deed, actually. Her voice went shrill. The HOA has authority. Cool. Show me a law where that overrides private property ownership. She sputtered threats. I countered with calm logic. And then she said it, you'll be hearing from our lawyer. Please do. Days turned into a passive-aggressive war. Karen showed up every morning in blinding pink athleisure, sunglasses like battle armor, shouting about unity and neighborhood values while her husband tried to rattle the gate loose. Then came the HOA letters. First polite. Then threatening. Then just flat-out ridiculous fines for damage to community cohesion, whatever that means. They called an emergency meeting at her place. I showed up because, honestly, I was curious. Her living room looked like a pastel grenade had gone off. She gave a speech about shared vision and preserving traditions. I stood up, laid out the facts: my land, no permission, zero compensation, and a fake driveway built for Instagram photos. If anyone here wants to donate part of their yard for Karen's next project, be my guest. Silence. Then murmurs. You could feel the shift. Karen's eyes narrowed. You're ruining a once-in-a-lifetime moment. Yeah. I said. So are you. Then came the lawsuit. Karen filed on behalf of the HOA, claiming I caused emotional distress and ruined the community's spirit. Maria laughed so hard she had to sit down. The best part. Karen had tried to retroactively apply for a permit using my land's parcel number. The county flagged it for fraud. That's when the leverage flipped. We sent her a cease and desist. She ignored it, filed an emergency court motion. The judge. Not impressed. He kept the gate in place, pending further review. Karen stormed out like she'd been personally betrayed. But the biggest twist came during a county inspection. Investigators compared her permit to my property lines, caught the falsified signature, and the heir just left the room. Karen tried to pin it on a clerical error. The investigator raised an eyebrow. We'll be referring this to the prosecutor. That was it. Karen's power cracked. The HOA started backing off. Neighbors started bringing me pie. The sheriff stopped by just to shake my hand and said, if you ever run for president of this circus, I've got your vote. And Karen. She showed up one last time. No clipboard, no sunglasses. Just tired eyes and a voice I barely recognized. I messed up, she said. I just wanted it to be perfect. I paused, then told her, you can fix it legally. That's the only way. And to her credit, she did. The driveway came up, chunk by chunk. The land was reseeded. Karen paid the fees and quietly stepped down from the HOA. And I got my field back a little scarred, sure, but mine again. Sometimes justice doesn't roar, it just shows up with a backhoe and a fresh bag of grass seed. So now I've got peace, a locked gate, and one hell of a story. But I gotta ask, if someone built a driveway through your backyard without asking, what would you have done? Let me know below. Because in neighborhoods like mine, the real fences aren't always made of wood.